Hello and welcome to the highlights from Silver Saturday 2024. 7 finals were played across the 27th of April, with 14 teams looking to round off their season in the domestic cup competitions. We're going to take a look a little bit more in depth at the games that took place inside the main bowl, but first here's a wrap up of the games that took place inside Hive Stadium. In the first game in the Hive Stadium, Irvine overcame a 15-7 deficit at half-time to win the men's national bowl against Blair Gowrie.
I'm very happy, especially for the club and all my teammates. It's been a hard season. I mean, the boys worked hard to get here, and I'm just ecstatic. So
it's been remarkable. I came to the club at the beginning of the season. I sat down and spoke to the president and the head coach. We discussed what we wanted to do, how we wanted to move that forward, to go on, and not lose a game in 15, winning all those games. It's been. I can't really think of another season in all my time playing where I've been so proud of a bunch of players. Remarkable.
The second game in Hive Stadium also saw an impressive comeback as Cumnock overturned a 27-5 deficit against Murray to win 34-32 and claim the men's national shield.
It went how I wanted it to go, but it was a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind. It's amazing to be standing here.
Absolutely unreal. I thought in the first half it just weren't accurate enough, and I thought Murray played brilliantly in the first half. And then just as the game went on, we just built into it and right at the death. Wow, what a game! What a game!
And finally, Caithness Krakens won 47-27 over Uddingston RFC to win the women's national plate.
It was amazing. Everybody was so excited to come down and just enjoy the experience. We just tried to keep ourselves calm and remember that it was just another game, but amazing, so exciting, and we've had such good support down with us too.
I think it's just a huge achievement. It's great for women's rugby. We're the furthest northern team on the mainland, and it's a fledgling sport really up with us, women's rugby, and hopefully that will just spur a few more ladies to come and to join in and enjoy it, because it's just such a great game and great fun, and they're just wonderful to coach, and yeah.
So congratulations there to all of our winners on some fantastic games inside Hive Stadiums. The highlights for those games are now available to watch alongside our match reports, which you can read at scottishrugby.org. But now we're going to take a look at the games that took place inside Scottish Gas Murrayfield. First off, it was West of Scotland looking to retain the National Women's Shield, which they won last year in its inaugural competition, as they took on Biggar. Your commentators for this one are Dale Clancy and Lindsay Smith.
Firstly, starting with Biggar, they were going to start with a formidable centre partnership in Abby Bailey and Freya Lukowski in the middle. It's experience and effervescent youth in the middle. Last season's victors, West of Scotland, are going to start with 6 players who started in that game last season. There's 2 people who've been promoted from the bench as well. Amber Johnson will be at fullback. Last season's try scorer Rowan Todd will be in the middle alongside Jade Scott, and Alexa Smith will captain the side from fly half, retains the captaincy. Put on supporters buses from the various regions to make sure that they give their sides full backing as Alison Orr and Alexa Smith lead their respective sides onto the field. Bigger enjoying early possession, and the pivot there, Megan McKeever, has done well to get the ball through the hands. It's well released there from Lukowski, and Bigger now are scampering down the stand side, and they're going to go in for an opening score, and it's a blistering start inside 1 minute for Bigger here, and it's an excellent try. Great build up inside their own 22, and they manage to streak all the way down the other side to get an opening try. Has then been swamped on by this Bigger side. Hands will probably do it. There's a chance here on the outside, and Pearson to the line, eventually getting the ball down. It was a great run, great hands from that Bigger side. Harris distributes, gets the ball in the hands of Con, who looks to try and get some players in the wider channels, and it is Lukowski again who's breaking free, throws the dummy, and it's a matter of wheeling towards the line now to get another quick-fire double for the outside centre. And it is relentless from Bigger here, and they take a commanding lead after 16 minutes. And again, it's the open running from the outside centre. Kennett coming on for Clarkson. Kind of impact will that have? It's a positive one, but the ball has come back, and Smith is able to distribute the ball. The West of Scotland just been tackled just inches away from the line. Looking to try and keep the momentum going. Can they squeeze in the corner? The West of Scotland do reply, and it's a well-built score. It's a well-deserved score as well from West of Scotland, and they managed to get the try through the outside centre. Jade Scott. The penalty was taken quickly, and it is Todd, and she's caught Bigger cold, and she goes in for another score at Murrayfield, and she's underneath the post this time. Great awareness from the inside centre, perhaps guilty early on of kicking dead when it was a golden opportunity, but she has certainly made amends this time. Been somewhat abject for the last 10 minutes, but they were able to breach the line, and now it's Con who's able to weave some magic, some great footwork as well, and she stood up McCann. And it looks like that was Cuthbert actually with the try.
I think that's Emily Cooper showing exactly what she can do with ball in hand. Really good footwork, takes on one defender, and then turns on the gas. A very exciting prospect for the future.
Yeah, another penalty coming as well for sealing off.
Yeah, West are going to have to be careful in this area here.
Another
lose a player.
Quick penalty, and then barging over the line. Are they able to ground the ball? Yes, they are. And Bigger extend their lead. They've started this second half the same way that they started the first. Smith to get play back underway, and it's gathered straight away by Kim, who's now scampering towards that try line. Great footwork, and now it is just a foot race to the sticks, and it is another quick fire double here for Bigger, and it is a double for Geraldine Kim in her 35th appearance for Bigger. Bundle forward. Todd again, options left and right of her, but wants to go it alone. Looks to try and weave her way out of trouble, and she's able to physically just twist and contort her body over the line and go down for that try. The match officials having a little conversation.
Great patience from West. They built their phases. They've gone from one side of the pitch to the other, and were patient on that try line there. Well done to Todd.
Con distributing, the ball bobbling about, but is being well gathered, and now it's a chance for Bigger to streak downfield, evade the last defender, and going for a further score here. And certainly that is probably going to be the score that will etch smiles on the faces of Biggar fans, as Alexandra Phillips, in her 14th appearance for Biggar, goes in for a further try. Been well dealt with. Come forward for Forrest. Good quick hands there, and great offload. That is an excellent try. And grounding the ball there was Jennifer Bell. She's got a double as well, but let's have a little look at the hands there. That was patient build-up from Biggar. But the scrappy ball has been controlled by West, and then it's been intercepted and plucked off by Biggar, who are now herring their way downfield. And Lukowski is going to go in for her hat-trick try in the Shield final. Great awareness, a lung-busting effort from the outside centre.
Great awareness from her. I'm glad she made it over the try line. All her support's back over here.
That's confidence from her teammates. Confidence to know that she was... Biggar now charging downfield, and it is Megan McKeever who's put the offload in, and on debut for the senior team, Lisa Brown is able to roll over the line and get a try, and that could bring the curtain down on what has been an emphatic afternoon for this Biggar side. No doubts about where the Shield is going. Chance now, there's numbers up on that far side. Jade Scott has been well defended on the wraparound there as McCann, who's then wheeling back inside, going towards that line, and it is going to be a try for West of Scotland to close this game. Great footwork, great balance running.
That's that Martine over again, I think. Yeah, she's done really well there. That all started from Rachel Morrison's kind of hack through.
The referee blows the final whistle, and the Biggar players and fans can start to celebrate a successful venture to the capital, where they've snatched the Shield off of West of Scotland. 66 points to 20 they have won. And we used the word in commentary about the relentless nature in this game. They've scored tries in abundance. There's tries from Cobra, Bell got a double, Lukowski got a hat-trick, Phillips and Kim as well. They're going to gratefully hoist this above their head as they make their way to the front, and they lift the women's shield above their head, and Biggar are crowned Shield champions 2024 after beating West of Scotland 66 points to 20.
Yeah, I thought we played really, really well. Credit to everyone. The subs coming off the bench really brought the energy. We stuck to the game plan for most part of the game. Credit to West for coming at us, just as Nick said, in the end of that second half there. But I thought we managed to keep our composure and, yeah, see out the game. So I'm really pleased for everyone.
I'm really pleased for the girls. It's been a long season. It was kind of a nice way to cap the season with that win. It's kind of just the start of the journey, though. It's ultimately getting to Murrayfield's great, but our journey is trying to get in the Premiership. That's our realistic aim. Is we've got to try and get there. So it was an amazing win, but it's just the start of something.
A high-scoring affair there to kick off the action inside Scottish Gas Murrayfield. And next up, it was the return of the National League Cup final, which was making a return after a 5-year hiatus. And it was a clash between two National 2 rivals, Lass Wade and Falkirk. Your commentary team for this one is once again Dale Clancy, and he is joined by James Wade.
This is obviously a new competition, but Lass Wade were back-to-back victors in a final here, 2010 and 2011. And they've actually got 6 survivors in this squad who played in 2011. Falkirk, they were 2007 victors in the Shield against Garnock in a tight final, 15 points to 14. And they have got a squad littered with experience. Up front, Lewis Skinner, recently returned from Super Series duty. Through the tunnel, Lass Wade led on by experienced captain Russell Gladstone at fullback. And Falkirk, they've been led on by Harry Russell, Caledonia captain. Russell then travels with the ball in hand. It looks like he's going to release Faulds, and he's just interjected into this line, and he's going to get the opening score in this final. It's an excellent try from Connor Falls, and out of absolutely nothing he was able to slalom his way into some space, orchestrate himself into open prairie. His quarters trying to weave towards that line but not able to propel himself over that whitewash. Back inside, another chance to wrong foot this Falkirk defence. Amy Lasswade, attacker round in close quarters, is engulfed by Falkirk arms as the bodies join, and eventually the defence is breached by this onslaught from Lasswade, and it is James Elliott, the player who's found himself in the back row after time in the backs. Lasswade looked to launch another attack. Smith, Hall, been gathered well by Alistair Lamont, and then it's opened up again, and this is a brilliant opportunity for Lasswade. They throw it into the path of Hall, and 14-man Lasswade have taken the lead in the National Cup final. The try has been awarded, and David Hall has benefited of some great work from James Elliott at the breakdown, and Lasswade now squeeze in front, and I just said what a reaction. Well, I didn't quite expect that reaction, to bring the towering number 8 to his knees. Yarrow tips the ball on to his second row partner there, McKinnon. And Falkirk have an opportunity out wide. They're able to stretch the field, and Brodie is in. And Falkirk, after some good work from that scrum, additional personnel required in defence for Lasswade. Not plugging that gap could afford Lasswade. Scrum solid. Smith travels out the back, is waiting there as Wilson, and it's opened up for the outside centre, and he's been thwarted mere inches away from the line. Robertson twists and weaves and flops over the line. Falkirk reacted by plugging the gap in the back division, and they're out muscled up front. Patiently to pop the ball into the scrum. Dodd gathers, puts the big fend on, and Russell then gives the ball to Fall, to his arc and his run back in field. Again he's broken the defensive line. Again he's close to this try line. Can he get himself over the line? He can, and it's a great reply from Falkirk, and it's that man again, Connor Falls. Great balanced running, but it's the power at the end to carry the Lasswade defenders over the line. Look at the stretch, this depleted Lasswade defensive resistance which confronts this Falkirk side. And closer and closer to that line. A couple of cheers emerge from the field, and the spectators in the stand rise to their feet and celebrate as Falkirk take the lead in this final. It was attritional rugby from a team who are renowned for their swashbuckling style in the backs. Hazlitt now, as Russell looks to exploit that blindside with the help of Glenn Falls, and he's just scythed through that defensive Lasswade line and meanders in for a score. And just when Lasswade were able, controlled off the foot of Ramsey, the man who made the initial break, it's Dodd now towards the line, and Russell has squeezed through a gap that waited in front of him. He travelled with the ball in his hands. He kept the defence guessing, and he has perhaps confirmed the destination of the National Cup final with that try. Deep inside his own territory is Duncan Tompkins, and he's going to have the final say in the National Cup final, because it is Falkirk who emerge victorious after a captivating National Cup final here at Scottish Gas Murrayfield. It had a bit of everything. It was a close encounter in that first half. We had tries, we had red cards, and the Falkirk spectators can celebrate success at Scottish Gas Murrayfield as Falkirk are crowned the Men's National Cup winners 2024 after defeating last Wade 34 points to 21.
Genuinely still struggling to put it into words. It's unbelievable getting to run out there. A few of the boys a little bit emotional before the game, and then a few more a little bit emotional afterwards. But it feels incredible. This is what we've built for all season, to try and win some silverware. And
we've got to have significant thanks to Last Wade. They put up a tremendous fight, and we've had run-ins with them all season. We've won one, they've won one. This was a bit of a decider, and it went down to the wire as we saw. Yeah, the red card was a huge turning point in the game. I think that gave us a bit more we could hold our lines, we could hold the scrum. We were pretty dominant at that particular point, and when the number 5 went off, then it made a difference for us. So that helped us. Yeah, we struggled a wee bit at times. They put us under significant pressure, which was a credit to them. But yeah, it was really good.
Another great encounter there between Falkirk and Last Wade. Next up, it was the Sarah Beaney Cup final, and between two of the all-time greats in the women's club game in Scotland. Watsonians were looking to make it back-to-back Sarah Beaney Cups as they took on the team that they lost to in the 2022 final, Hillhead Jordanhill. Watsonians were the first to take the lead with a try in the opening minutes from Brian McNamara, which she duly converted as well to add the extra. Hills quickly took the chance to attack, but with metres left they gave away a penalty for not releasing. A break from Watsonians in the subsequent minutes from halfback Susie Clements led to a second try from McNamara. Watsonians then added a third, with Amy Conchie going over for her first try of the day. The cup was all but won when they added a fourth, with Lock's Sophie Anderson going over for the try. The scoring continued as they got their next try of the half, with Conchie going straight down the line and going over for her second try of the day. Hills managed to get on the score sheet just before half-time, with Roma Fraser getting the only try for Hillhead Jordanhill. In a close second half, there was only one try to separate the two teams, with Rachel Phillips going over in the corner. And that proved to be the end of the scoring, as Watsonians managed to win the silverware this season and claim the Sarah Beaney Cup for the second year in a row.
Yeah, obviously we were really disappointed back in December to fall short to a brilliant Stirling team. So the Cup was all about building on that kind of set first half of the season. And yeah, what a way to kind of finish it off. That first half has to be some of the best rugby that we've played all season. So a really pleasing performance from 1 to 22 today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we had come out of a season where we essentially went through the league campaign unbeaten and then lost in the final, if we had then come away from a season like that with nothing, I think it would have been a huge disappointment. So it probably erases some of the disappointment from that. I think what probably pleased me more, our last 2 games, like our final league game against Cougars and then in that league final against Stirling, probably our 2 worst games. We just kind of, our attack just lost its shape, whereas that first half out there today was, I think, probably the best we have played. We couldn't have really gone any better. So I think that was probably the most pleasing thing. And then second half, our discipline sometimes wasn't great, so we weren't able to go through phases, but then our defence really stepped up, because we always, credit to Hills, we always know they will come back at us. They get stronger and stronger as the game goes on, as you saw out there, and so it was pleasing that we didn't give them any more points in that second half. So, but yes, obviously really pleased for the team to have some silverware to show for our efforts this season.
First of all, Edinburgh Accies, lots of experience in the front row. Vice-captain Cole Imrie alongside Carl Davis and Callum Cruikshanks, all players with Super Series rugby experience. Behind them, Jake Mills and Struan Whittaker. And a back row of Tom Drennan, Alistair Wood and Jamie Soule, club stalwart, who will play his final game for Edinburgh Accies this evening. Let's take a quick look then at the Hawick team. Sean Muir, the captain, alongside Fraser Rennick, the vice-captain, and Nicky Little in the front row. Now here come the sides out the tunnel. Hawick led by captain Sean Muir, playing his 236th game for the club tonight. Great game last season, and the captain Sean Muir crashes into contact. That's quicker ball now for Gareth Welsh. Snipe round the side of the breakdown, and Hawick making good ground here, awarded the first penalty of the match.
Yeah, good start for Hawick there. Good exit at the start of the game, and then just putting Accies under pressure in the middle third of the pitch. Accies
takes his time over this one. A short run up. He catches that one nicely. Up go the flags. That's the first points of the game. It's Hawick 3, Edinburgh Accies 0. Hawick looking for the first try of the match. Out through the hands of the back division. Andrew Mitchell cuts back in field. Andrew Mitchell will go in for the first score of the match. Bamboozling that Edinburgh Accies defence, the Hawick outside centre. And it's Edinburgh Accies 0, Hawick 8. And then Fraser Rennick bounces his way through one tackle and driven back by Tom Drennan. Now Hawick will look to go a little wider. In fact, they put boot to ball. This could bounce up nicely, and it's snapped up by Callum Rennick. 2 quick-fire tries for Hawick. He saw the space in behind, and a nicely weighted kick which bounced up beautifully into the arms of Callum Rennick. And then the long pass out to Max Wallace on the left wing, cuts back in field, bumping off tacklers, fights his way to 10 metres from the line. That's a great burst there by Jamie Soule. Edinburgh Accies number 8 in his final game for the club. Much needed try for Edinburgh Accies, and Jamie Soule the provider. And then the snipe, I think by Patrick Ritchie, repelled by Hawick, but that ball just inches away from the Hawick try line. Well, that ball's been knocked down deliberately, and I think the referee had a quick word with his assistant and then marches under the posts. A penalty try awarded to Edinburgh Accies, judging that if that pass had not been knocked down, it was a certain score. And Accies very much now back in this game.
So mixed up defence right on the goal line. Looked like Fraser Rennick was about to score, and they just managed to keep him out. Which is great work by Accies.
Accies defence very tight here. Hawick back division will go wide. Kirkford throws the ball out past Andrew Mitchell. It's been picked up by Ronan McKean, who does go over for the try. Scored a try here last year in the final, and Ronan McKean goes over for Hawick's 3rd try of the match. Awards the penalty. Welsh looks to go quickly. The scrum half throws the pass out. and Hawick do go over for the try. Let's look to see who comes up with the ball. I think it's Connor Sutherland, the second row, charging onto the pass of Gareth Welsh. And with the second half only 3 minutes old, Hawick extend their lead out to 29 points to 12 of G. Linton, who started it all. And the referee, loud blast on the whistle, was playing an advantage towards the penalty to Hawick.
Shows that that's their mindset: build a lead, build an innings, and get some more daylight between them and Accies, and they back themselves to go back, win the ball, and get out of their half.
And Kirk Ford makes no mistake. That ball will come back in field to Finlay McNeill. It was very close to the replacement winger, Callum Cruikshanks, a tight head prop.
Yeah, you can see Hawick really aggressive at that breakdown, trying to put some pressure on the ball so they can get a jackal.
Now they'll go wider, and the ball offloaded over the top to Kieran Slingsby, and the replacement does go in the corner and gives Edinburgh Accies perhaps a lifeline in this Scottish Cup final. Well, Fraser McCaslin finds his man in the middle of the line out in the mall, well set for Edinburgh Accies, and now crabbing across field, get some forward momentum, and now the Hawick defence breaks up when the referee's arm goes up in the air, and Edinburgh Accies do get themselves across the try line for the 4th time in the match. And still with 10 minutes remaining, 10 points the difference. Realising the importance of the situation here, they do not want to concede and allow Accies to get within a score with time left in the clock, but burrowing very, very close. The referee once again playing an advantage. Off they go to the left, ball tipped up over the top, and they do go over for that score. And the crowd on their feet down in front of us. And with time left to play, it's Edinburgh Accies 29, Hawick 32. Dalton Redpath goes in to try and strip that, but Accies now have some numbers, not much room to play with here, have to stay in the field of play, and the loose pass there can't quite find the hands of Finlay McNeill, and that will be the final action of an quite incredible cup final here. And Hawick do lift the trophy for the 2nd consecutive year, but it went right to the wire. Edinburgh Accies never giving up, outscoring Hawick by 5 tries to 4, but it is the Mansfield Park side who are cup handed to Sean Muir, comes across and thrust it aloft. Hawick take the applause of sizeable Hawick support down to our left here.
Unbelievable to get back-to-back Scottish Cups, but too close in the end, if I'm honest. We started the game off very well. We got into a pretty decent lead, but fair play to Accies. We knew what they were going to bring. They're a really good rugby team, and you've seen that in the last 20 minutes. They threw the ball about and had a real go, and had us stretched at times, but look, these games are all about winning, and we've lifted that trophy. That's the most important thing.
Massive sense of pride. I'm not going to lie, there's a little bit of relief in there as well. Accies obviously threw everything at us, especially in that second half, and credit to them, credit to Ian and his coaching staff to get the boys to be able to play like that. They certainly caused us some problems, but massive credit to our boys. It's been a long season, and to hold on there in the end in the manner that we did, as always, I'm massively proud of them.
And so that brings an end to Silver Saturday 2024. What an incredible day of rugby it was. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us here at Scottish Gas Murrayfield and inside Hive Stadium on the day, and we look forward to seeing you back here again soon. Thank you for watching.